Hi, and welcome to Channel 21 News. I'm your evening news anchor, Jack Cockburn. Tammy was unfortunately eaten to death by a pack of starving hipsters. In recent news, civilians in the streets have started to use a different currency to buy and trade goods.
Alright, so I have 2 packs of used condoms,
Okay.
a half-eaten bagel,
Yeah.
and a pink mustache.
Word, what you gonna buy with that?
A human foot.
Threats of looter and Riker factions have increased, along with chances of romance.
Hey man, I know we've been through a lot together, but I just want you to know.
Yeah?
When you shot that guy trying to protect his kids, and you gave me that energy bar afterwards, I knew you was the one, man.
I love you too, Gerald.
Oh boy, an energy bar!
Love may bloom, but tensions in the field continue for the agents around the clock. In other news, if you want to cash on some hip and funky clothes for the winter weather, make a stop at your local quarantine zone. Don't forget your filter though. Enter a quarantine zone without one will result in bleeding from the nipples, hearing the voice of the Easter Bunny, and death. Speaking of weather, let's check on Tyrone Lamont Devant Washington Jr. for the weather. Tyrone?
I can't feel my motherfucking nuts, man.
Splendid! Maybe ask one of the cleaners to warm you up. Huh, Tyrone Lamont Devante Washington Jr.? Ha ha ha! Now let's go over to our senior reporter, Martin Blackballs. Martin? 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 We have unfortunately found out Martin Blackballs has passed away. In other news, field reporter Frank Dickinson has taken to the streets to report on civilian complaints regarding recent events. Frank?
Hi, Jack. I'm standing here today with Terrence Langston, who works as part of the K-9 unit here at the base of operations in Manhattan. Mr. Langston, although the situation is in fact in shambles, have you found out any good parts of this epidemic?
Good? Man, how can this epidemic be good when there's no more fat bitches around?
Excuse me?
Man, I ain't stuttering. Before this virus started, I was piping 2 to 3 fat bras a month. Now I can barely find a bitch with a muffin top.
But what about the crisis? People are dying.
And I'm dying from lack of overweight land whales, you heard?
I decided to look for other civilians suffering a far worse state than Mr. Langston. After some search, I found Darby Dukes further inside the base and asked him on his thoughts about the crisis at hand. Mr. Dukes, do you have any graphic complaints about the recent turn of events in Manhattan?
Yeah, my general complaint is this change in currency is very hard to get used to.
Yes, the new form of using common everyday objects such as parts and food instead of traditional currency is very challenging.
Plus, I ain't making very much from beating dudes off on the streets like I used to.
What?
My old job, man, I used to work at an old hole-in-the-wall joint called Handy Mike's. My name was Silky Joe, and I was beating guys off for 500 big ones a week.
Well, that's very interesting. Why did they call you Silky Joe?
Cause my hand's smooth, like cotton.
Well, whatever. Jack, as you can see, the situation has not gotten any better in New York as of late. But just maybe, there's still some hope in the city in crisis. Frank Dickinson, signing off.
Thank you, Frank, for that wonderful report. Now,
What could I get for 4 water bottles?
Frank, you're still on there.
You're right. 5 water bottles and a candy bar.
For shame, Frank. Well, City Manhattan, that is it for tonight's News Channel 21. I'm your evening news anchor, Jack Cockburn. Good night and be safe.